Hello, hello everyone. My name is Evan, and last night I went to see Avengers: Age of Ultron, and today I will be doing a review of the movie. This is a spoiler review. It's spoilers. There's lots of spoilers coming, so just a warning. But I will be doing a non-spoiler review because, some of you guys who don't want spoilers. But since I haven't written any of this stuff down, I'm just going to do the spoiler review first, because why not? But anyways, so yeah. The premise of the movie is so they wanted Tony Stark and Bruce Banner secretly want to put a suit of armor around the world, and then that ends up creating Ultron from Loki's scepter, and Ultron Ultron thinks the Ultron program malfunctions, and now Ultron thinks that the path to peace is humans being extinct. It's the extinction of humans. So yeah, that's the premise of the movie, but there's a lot more to it than just that. Ultron, he does some pretty bad stuff. There's a plot twist in the middle of the movie, but first, Ultron, it doesn't really explain how he goes from the Mark I that you see in the trailers, like the busted down one. There are these things called the Iron Legion. They're, in a nutshell, the original. They're kind of like Ultron before Ultron was created. Ultron, like I said, was created by Loki's scepter. Because at the beginning there's this whole part where they're fighting Hydra, and it's shown that they've been cleaning up Hydra around the globe, and that snowy scene that kept showing, all those snowy sequences, that's all at the beginning. That's the movie starts with them cleaning up, with them basically finishing off Hydra. So, and then from there it just sort of goes along, but that's where you meet Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who play a pretty big role in the movie. They hate Tony Stark because, he killed their parents in Sokovia, so that's terrible. But they don't know Ultron's true plan at first, which I will get to that in a second. It's crazy, but anyways, so what happens? Okay. So I was saying, Ultron, it doesn't really explain how he goes from, Mark I, the all busted up, straight to the one we keep seeing advertised in the trailers. Yeah, it just goes straight to there. This part where there's a church, and I think Sokovia is where the church is, and then Ultron's just sitting in there, kind of reminiscent of the Crimson Cowl from a comic, if you know what I mean, before Ultron was revealed as Ultron. But he's got this big red cloak over him, and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are just there, and then he's in his throne, and then he gets up and takes off the cloak, and he's Ultron. He's like the Ultron that we keep seeing advertised. What I thought was kind of lame is I was expecting a thorough development process, like a thorough evolution for Ultron, and not just, hey, I'm Mark I. A few scenes later, oh yeah, now I'm this big, tall, laser shooting, magnetic hand guy who can do whatever he wants. But so yeah, and then, but it just sort of jumps to that, and Baron Strucker, he's at the beginning, he gets killed by Ultron, classic stuff. But, so, Ultron, he wants to destroy the world, and, well, not destroy the world, but, like I said, he wants to make humans extinct. So, and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver don't know that that's his plan. He just kept telling them that he wants to make the world a better place. So once he goes to Sokovia and stuff, that's where things go down. But I can't. I'm pretty sure he goes to Wakanda. I can't remember though. But they go somewhere where Ulysses Claw is, and Ultron meets Claw, and then the Avengers they find Claw when they're searching for their file about Baron von Strucker. Baron Strucker, because Ultron erases all their stuff about Baron Strucker, and they find the thing about Claw, and then Ultron goes to Claw and like to get vibranium to upgrade to make himself a new body. But earlier in the movie, when they're still fighting Hydra at the beginning, Hawkeye gets shot in the side, and then there's like this tissue stuff that Helen Cho puts on his side. That comes to play with the making of Vision. But so yeah, it's. I thought it was kind of. Some of it felt kind of rushed and all that, like I said, with Ultron and like going from Mark 1 to Ultron Prime. That was really rushed. I felt like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I definitely feel like they could have done a little more with those characters, especially Quicksilver. He didn't get much spotlight in the movie, and wow, what ends up happening with him. But I'll get into that later. But what happens, and then they go and they try to fight Ultron. After Ultron cuts Claw's arm off and gets the vibranium, and then there's this big fight, and they all get these visions. And Tony Stark has already gotten into his vision whenever he was taking Loki's scepter at the beginning, and his was of all of the Avengers dead. And one of the big Chitauri space snake things, because Baron Strucker had one of those. It was kind of weird. But, and then they have all these visions. That part's kind of boring, but there's not much to talk about. I mean, Black Widow, we got to see some of her backstory. It was so okay. It was really boring though. In Thor's, it was kind of hard to understand what was going on until you really think about it. You know, considering Loki is now has the throne of Asgard, you know, he can sort of do whatever he wants, and Asgard's in ruins. Everyone's dead. It's great. But so anyways, after all that happens, Ultron finds Helen Cho and gives her the vibranium, mind controls her with the gem inside of Loki's scepter that he already has, his reasons, and she makes him a body. She makes the Vision body, and you know, the vibranium is like vibranium particles are laced with the tissue, creating particle things. I don't know, it was kind of confusing. And then they just stick the soul gem, which is it the soul gem? Yeah, it was the soul stone inside of Vision's head. Ultron was able to pick it up, so yeah, he was just like whoop in your head. But so after that, Vision, it was called the Cradle. There was this whole big chase scene in, like, where there was this big fight between Ultron and Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. And in Captain America and Ultron ended up in this train and ended up in this train, and like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver turned on him because whenever Scarlet Witch read Vision's mind while Ultron was transferring himself into Vision, she found out that Ultron's real plan was to pick up Sokovia and drop it onto the Earth, and making it high enough to where it would be like a huge meteor and make the human race extinct. So yeah, that's wonderful. But so then she turns against him and stuff, blah blah. They both do. Her and Quicksilver do. But yeah. But anyways, before all that happens, they meet Clint Barton's wife and kids. It's so they can go into hiding. That's where they meet Nick Fury and stuff, blah blah blah. But anyways, after that, So back to what I was saying. So then Ultron makes a vibranium drill, he drills Sokovia, and it starts going up. Meanwhile, but before all that happens, they get the Vision body in the big chase scene, and Black Widow gets kidnapped. So then they have Vision and Thor, after going to his pool to see his Vision again because he knew it was important. He comes back randomly while they're fighting each other, while the Avengers are all fighting each other because of Vision. Like Captain America doesn't want Vision to be born, and Iron Man, Bruce Banner do, and I think Hawkeye does. I don't know. But Bruce Banner does not become the Hulk in that scene. But Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver on Captain America's side, but they don't really do much in that scene. But then Thor just comes in randomly, and then he puts lightning onto it, and it's just like, it comes to life. But while Thor was in the pool, he sees all the Infinity Stones, and he knows, and you see Vision's eyes open while it's flashing through all these scenes when Thor's in the pool. And then I think that the reason why Thor comes and then he like electric shocks the cradle to make Vision be born is because of that whole eye opening thing. But anyways, once that happens, Vision's born, he can pick up Thor's hammer. He actually like swings and bats Ultron after Ultron makes his vibranium body, which I am not a big fan of. It's lame. It's weird. It's got like all these spikes on it. It's like black, and it's like all glowing red underneath. I don't really like it. But once all that happens, so they have to rescue Black Widow, and they have to go to Sokovia before Ultron lifts it all up. And once Ultron starts lifting it up, that's when things really kick into gear. Nick Fury comes with a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and War Machine to flying Sokovia in the helicarrier, and there's like this huge fight scene. And since Ultron is able to transfer his body, all the Ultron sentries, they're all Ultron. They're not different forms of him, but they're just Ultron. He controls them all, and he can talk through them and stuff. But so they had to kill all of the Ultron sentries on flying Sokovia, which is where they all were. So that's where War Machine came into play. He just sort of shot them all, and he just sort of shot them with Iron Man. But to Iron Man, he used Friday, which I thought was great. But if you want to know about Friday, then just go look at Emergency Awesome's spoilery review of Avengers: Age of Ultron. He talks about Friday and Jocasta, I think that was the name, history in the comics. Because, you know, Jarvis becomes Vision. I forgot to mention that. But anyways, Vision also uses, I already said that. But, Ultron ends up stealing a Quinjet, and he shoots Quicksilver, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, in the end, all the civilians get on these boats, which are these big flying things. Iron Man destroys Sokovia once all the civilians are off, and a new Avengers team is at the end. It's Black Widow, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Falcon. Oh, and War Machine. So that's 6 people. But yeah, so that's my spoiler review of Age of Ultron. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.